So guys, if you want to be successful in this industry, obviously there's a bunch of other things you need to do. You need to find a great distributor, and along with those Rockstar equipment distributors, you will almost always find a great mentor, and you need both, whether they're the same or different. You need both. You need to plug in, and I would go so far as to say this applies to outside of our industry. I don't know why it wouldn't. You need to plug in with your trade association.
Mhm.
And instead of making excuses for why they aren't serving you, you need to plug into the organization and say, how can I serve the industry? And by default, you're going to get so much value out of those relationships that it's just ridiculous. My mentor early on told me, which was Steve Millman, and his dad, who started their distributorship back in 1957, he told him, he said, Steve, always focus on others. Everything else will take care of itself.
Mhm.
That's how his dad built their distributorship from 1957, which is the beginning of our industry almost, to where they are today, to his sons, and how successful they are. They are one of the best equipment distributors in the country. There are others like them, and they operate in almost the exact same way. They're focused on others. And when we, as laundromat owners, when we take the initiative and we say, you know what, how about I focus on serving others? Maybe I'll plug into the CLA and the trade association to see how I can serve others versus what can I get. And I said it when we were offline, and I'm not afraid to say it publicly too. Be a giver, not a taker.
Mhm.
Because a taker doesn't take you very far in life. But being a giver, it's a pretty fulfilling life. And we could apply that to our retail businesses, meaning give to the community. And by default, I always say, and I don't mean it in a vague or in a vulgar way, but I always say, give to the community, and they will just throw their wallets at you. And I know that sounds a little shallow, but what I mean by that is the money will just come flooding in because that is pure capitalism in its truest form, right? That is entrepreneurship. That's business ownership. That is everything that I love about business ownership, and it applies to our industry as much as anything else.